Breathe a sigh of relief. You made it to Strongly Financial, a weekly live web series dedicated to elevating your financial literacy and cultivating your overall health and well-being. Your co-hosts are Dr. Michael A. Wright and Ali Leonard. Their respective expertise in holistic wellness and financial consulting positions them perfectly to guide you toward optimal well-being and unrivaled financial success. Please allow me to introduce them further. The incomparable Ali Leonard. As a credit guru, Mr. Leonard has dedicated himself to fostering financial literacy in students of all ages. He has developed a comprehensive credit awareness curriculum that is suitable for elementary, high school, and college students. Mr. Leonard has traveled the country, providing credit awareness seminars to high schools, colleges, churches, and private organizations. Mr. Leonard has worked tirelessly with federal credit agencies, financial services, and real estate agencies, earning a strong reputation for his professionalism and expertise. Mr. Leonard is committed to educating and training consumers as well as assisting them practically to fix their credit. The company he founded, Financial Services Unlimited, offers credit consultation, credit services, and financial services including insurance for financial repair and wealth management. Join his supportive online community, FSU team, empowering you to take control of your financial future. Dr. Michael A. Wright. Dr. Michael A. Wright is a highly accomplished and respected professional in the fields of social work, coaching, publishing, and consulting. With a wealth of experience and expertise, he has dedicated his career to helping individuals and organizations achieve their goals and make a positive impact in their communities. As the CEO and lead executive coach at More Media Group, Dr. Wright specializes in helping individuals tell their stories and translate their ideas into capital. With interventions based on his signature contribution, creating opportunities and changing horizons, the coach method, he continues to focus on trauma-informed, holistic, and transformational approaches to personal and professional development. Join the vibrant online community at wealthcarebymoremedia.com, where he promotes practical habits of health in 4 key domains: brain, body, mind, and spirit. And I am your virtual host, Bartholomew Socrates. You can call me Bart. I introduce the ideas, the segments, and the opportunities as we explore the intersection of health and wealth weekly on Strongly Financial.
We are live
in the house.
Episode 9. We are keeping this going because we're serious about financial health, and we're looking for people to also be healthy as well. We want both. We're greedy like that.
It's been 9 weeks.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing fine, brother. It's been 9 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
See?
Man.
That's why you just get into doing it, because it goes by quick. I mean, we literally could have been like, okay, so when you want to start? But nope. We were like, oh, let's do it. Let's get it going. So we made it happen.
Make it happen, brother.
I was just looking at the opener and just looking at, wow, that's a pretty nice opener. That's a pretty good bio presentation. That's some pretty good work.
It is.
We've put in over the last 9 weeks. But it is not time to pat ourselves on the back.
No, sir.
Except I just did that. So that's why it's not time to do it anymore. It's past that time. It's time to get into our topic for today. And today we are talking about positive habits. I really want to get into what has really, I wouldn't say kicked my butt this week, but this is really the piece that's gotten me really excited about this week. Of course, you started your training this week, going for the next 9 weeks.
Yes.
With the financial literacy training, the CAP for short.
Yes.
So we'll talk more about that. We've got the commercial still for that to queue up. And why don't we start our first segment on financial and physical health connection with your promo for CAP. And we'll talk a little bit about that in the context of the small steps to take in terms of our timely tips. So let's get that promo, and then Bart will join us. Sign up for the online course of the Credit Awareness Program, CAP for short, where participants explore key topics such as credit bureaus, credit reports, credit scores, debt elimination, and budgeting. Through a dynamic approach involving cognitive activities, effective reflections, and value integration exercises, learners will not only gain a comprehensive understanding of financial concepts, but also explore their broader implications in society. By examining the intersection of finance with justice, equity, and inclusivity, participants will develop a nuanced perspective on how financial decisions impact individuals and communities. That all sounds impressive, but let's break it down. This program is designed to help you achieve more money in your pocket, get ahead of your bills, and have the confidence to walk into a dealership and have them ask you, which one do you want? Instead of, what do you want? Learn how to effectively manage your money and track your expenses to ensure financial success. In the bonus week, week 9, we'll cover the exciting topics of life insurance and investments to further enhance your knowledge and flexibility in your financial planning. Former students are saying that this course changed their financial options from dim and disaster to purpose and prosperity. They say it's the best investment you can make toward your financial success, short of hiring a personal finance coach. Enrollment is limited to 25 spots, so sign up early to secure your place. Take advantage of the special offer and get a 50% discount using the promo code SPRING50%, reducing the price from $3.99 from that regular price of $7.99. Hurry and register now at www.fsucredithelp.com/classes. Enrollment is on a first come, first served basis, so act fast and secure your spot today. So I tuned in. One of the coolest takeaways, other than the actual training and the content you're providing in there, is that you're using a new platform to do this that just launched, supported. And can you tell us about that, or is that still under wraps?
No, actually, it is a Black-owned company called Streambeam. It's a business platform software. It has a virtual meeting part of it, similar to Zoom, much cheaper. No time restrictions on that as well. You can also record whiteboards. It also has several other platforms. The calendar or schedule, which is similar to Calendly. It has an email and SMS function to it as well. It has Salesforce built in. Also, you can take payments while you're in the platform, make schedules. I mean, you can do all that while you're on the virtual. And the cost is very, very affordable. So I mean, I had several platforms that I was using. I was paying like $175 together a month for these same services.
Yeah.
And this service is only costing me $50 a month. So
nice.
Definitely might want to check.
Yeah, we need to hit them up for a sponsorship. I'm gonna send them this video.
Yes.
And tell them we just made you a lot of money. So
okay.
we gotta get in there.
Yeah, we gotta do that for sure. Yes, definitely.
All right, let's get into our first segment in this discussion, so I can let some of this passion out and debrief with you about this week. Bart, take it away, please.
Timely tips, small steps, physical and financial calisthenics. Thank you, Dr. Wright. In this pivotal segment, we meticulously outline a series of small yet impactful steps that have the power to elevate both your physical and financial well-being to higher levels. Through the execution of consistent and manageable actions, you can gain formidable momentum towards achieving your aspirations. Embrace the wisdom that enduring progress materializes through unwavering dedication and a steadfast commitment to long-term objectives. Start small and think big. In physical exercise, using your own weight like calisthenics can be effective. Similarly, in financial exercises, addressing your expenses is crucial as they act as a weight on your budget. Initiate your journey by commencing with incremental strides and remain steadfast in your resolve. Witness the miraculous metamorphosis as these seemingly modest actions evolve into remarkable advancements that redefine the scope of your achievements. Remember, the path to excellence is forged through resolute perseverance and a focused commitment to the broader horizon that awaits your transformative journey. With targeted guidance and encouragement, you have the power to achieve your goals and unlock your highest potential. Back to you two gentlemen.
So we had a few people write in about the small steps that you're taking in response to last week's presentation about sleep. So on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being perfect, your wife is happy, your life is happy, that's number 10. All the way down to 1, meaning that you still need some support and some encouragement. Where are you on the scale from 1 to 10?
Right now, probably 7.
Okay, 7. Yeah. That's what we do. We like to hear that.
Yeah. So
and then I'm not going to have you answer this, but what we do is we say, how can we move you from a 7 to an 8? So think about that. You don't got to answer it, but definitely want to move. How do we move from a 7 to an 8? And that's a good example of what we're talking about today. Because as you said often, it's not an all or nothing proposition. And people don't want to get into their financial situation because it seems like it's overbearing. It's overwhelming. It's an all or nothing type of thing. I know people who don't file their taxes, not just because they don't think they're going to get anything back, but because they may owe something. These types of things are overwhelming when it comes to finances. And then physical activity too. People go into it. I got 100. They told me at the doctor's office, I got 100 pounds I need to lose. You don't have to lose that 100 right at once. It's small steps is what we're talking about in our timely tip segment today. Small pieces you can put in place What kinds of things are you engaged in finding that's helpful for clients to get them into those small steps?
Well, and basically, like you just stated, just let them know that this is something that's not going to change. The end result is not going to change overnight. It's going to take time. You got to be positive. You got to think positive, and you got to trust the process. I mean, a lot of people in today's society, they want this microwave effect, things done right now, and don't want to be patient about getting the results. They want, temporary of satisfaction instead of waiting and getting, permanent, long-term satisfaction. So, I mean, you just basically have to just let them know that this is a process. It's going to take time. You didn't mess your finances up in 30 days, and you're not going to correct them in 30 days. It's going to be some steps that you're going to have to take, and you might not see the results or understand the results as fast as I do because I've been doing it for so long. But I'm sitting back observing the progress that you're making, that you feel that you're not making, but I see the baby steps that you're taking, and then 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the road, now we're looking at your overall financial picture, your credit scores, your budgeting, your savings, and you'd be like, wow, I didn't even realize that I was doing this.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a really good point. It's the same with your health journey. Like you start recognizing that you're cutting out the soda, you're getting to bed on time, you're getting in a little bit of exercise here and there, you're taking the stairs instead of the elevator, you're parking farther from the grocery store or the whatever the door is that you're going in after the parking lot, taking that longer walk. Those little things add up in little bursts of energy. You're approaching your day with a better mood, and it's hard for somebody who's not trained or who hasn't seen this forever, day in and day out, to really recognize how important those gains are. But we can see them, and we can applaud them and support people in them because you can see those if you're looking for them.
You're right. You really can. Excellent.
So I got 3 tips for the physical side. I want you to chime in with what you think about these 3 tips for the financial side.
Yes, sir.
So calisthenics is something that you need to learn how to spell, number 1, because I didn't know how to spell it. And also you need to recognize that you can use your body weight. You don't need to join the gym. You don't need to buy any, Nordic tracks and fitness equipment unless they want to sponsor our program. We are not in the business of promoting them because you can use your body weight. Push-ups, as you saw, Bart had them in the background. Push-ups is just a really great exercise. You can do it against the wall, pushing against the wall. You can do it from your knees. You can do all different types of just doing that motion against something, using that resistance. In addition to this, literally just pushing your arms out. That little bit of exercise makes a difference. You do it consistently. And with all of these exercises, typically it's four sets of 10 to 15 reps. And you can talk to your professionals about that. The next one I want to hit is squats. I do not understand why more people don't do squats. I am not going to spend a lot of time discussing how you should be doing this instead of your trip to the DR. People know what I'm talking about with that. Other initials that you might want to say are BBL, but what I want you to understand is this is the exercise that's moving toward the thing that you're trying to get. But it's also a large muscle exercise, so it's going to aid in your circulation, and it's going to be good for you overall. It's going to be as you build those muscles, they're the largest muscles in your body. They're going to burn more fat, even if you're doing walking, not even specific exercise, but just moving your body, you're going to burn more calories.
Right.
So get your squats in, please, my friends.
Yes.
And then the last one for your core. This is not very popular with people in particular because of how difficult it is, but the benefits are just long lasting. And there are variations. There are some great people on TikTok you can follow that show you variations of the plank move. Yeah. There's apps that show you some different variations if you're having trouble with the standard version.
Yes.
But anytime you're working out your core, you're building your balance and your flexibility, and that's going to help you particularly. I know you know about this because everybody in our age group knows about back pain. So whether you tweaked it or whether you slept wrong or whether you bent down the wrong way or whether somebody sneezed near you, you know what's going on. So building your core is really important there.
Yes. Yes.
So that's the simple small steps, your own body weight and some 3 specific exercises, right?
Yes.
How about this, Ali? Talk to him about this piece. The first one in financial, keeping track of your receipts. How important is this?
It's very important. I guess people can also say, well, I don't need to keep my receipts because I have my bank statements. Well, I mean, what are you paying cash for something? And that kind of falls back to the budgeting piece of it. You got to know exactly what you're spending or what's going out of your household. The best way to do that and to be sure about that are saving receipts. The old school way, back in the day, we didn't have all this technology. I could put my phone up and put my bank statement online and, all that good stuff. We had to keep it old school and save our receipts. In the beginning, that's something that you need to do because it needs to get you in that mindset of positive thinking and those baby steps again. Saving my receipts is going to benefit this bigger picture down the road because now I know exactly what I'm spending every day, every week, every month. And I can be able to, take it a little further and put it in different categories: rent, mortgage, household, gas, food, entertainment, whatever the case may be. So, receipts I really like the beginning part of, when you're trying to get to a certain level, similar to like the push-ups. I can use my own body weight, but I can also use my same tracking of keeping my receipts to benefit me in this budget plan as well.
Perfect. Yep, exactly. The next one on our list is using cash.
Using cash could be difficult in this overall process. A lot of times when you're using cash, most of us are not keeping our receipts. Which if we're keeping our receipts, then it's really okay, when you're doing that. But when I'm cash versus credit cards, well, if I have the cash, then I don't want to spend the cash. I don't want to use my credit card because if I can't pay it off all in 1 month, then it's going to be interest that's going to be accumulated to that. And I was looking at some stats yesterday. 50% of people who have credit card debt pay the minimum balance. So which means that majority of this minimum balance that you're paying is going toward the finance charges. It's not even touching your principal. You might have a couple of dollars going here and there. So if you have cash, keeping your receipts is number one. The other piece of that is using cash and not your credit cards can be beneficial to you, especially if you are not in a position financially to pay this credit card off after each month. Yes.
Perfect. Yep. Yep, definitely. And I tell people using, especially when you set your spending budget and you give yourself an allowance, you use that instead of the debit card, because that's
Right.
when you use cash instead of the debit card, because people swipe that debit card
Like
and
crazy.
end up low on their rent at the end of the month.
Right.
Well, no, don't. You're
Right.
buying too many lattes. And why is it always Starbucks? Why is it always Starbucks that is the reason that they're using their debit card too much? But anyway, the third one is canceling one subscription each quarter. And I don't want to beat up on people and tell them they need to cancel everything. But what I'm saying is being aware of the subscriptions that you have, because sometimes we keep things and we don't know that we have them.
And it's funny that me and my wife had this conversation this morning, and she was like, man, I'm sure I got so many subscriptions that I'm paying for and apps that I don't even use. And I said, well, we're going to take one day, and go through either your bank statements or go to your apps and see what are you paying for stuff that we're not using. There are a lot of individuals that are not using the apps that they're paying for monthly. That's a part of setting this budget up, because now I can see exactly what's coming out each month. So I can recognize that, okay, man, I'm not even using this. This is $20. And this is another $20 over here. And this is $15 over there. This is, $35 over here. When you put them all together, I mean, it could be a couple $100 that you're spending on subscriptions. So I would probably even say, instead of each quarter, I would kind of break that down for individuals to do it at least every other month. To kind of look at it and have an idea of what I'm spending. And we both are not saying, look, go cancel everything and live like you're in the Stone Ages. No, we're not saying that part of it. But most of us,
Right.
or a lot of us, are not taking advantage of these subscriptions that we're paying for monthly. And that money could be going toward reducing a credit card or a loan or a bill, or into some type of savings device. For
Definitely. Sure. Right. So great advice. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
So every other month. That sounds good to me too.
Yes.
Let's get into our sponsor for segment 2, Motivator Lifestyle, just before we get back to Bart and segment 2, Best Practices. At the heart of the Motivator Lifestyle Company is motivation. Our mission is to inspire and empower individuals through the clothing and messages we create. We believe that by wearing our apparel, our customers will feel a sense of self-awareness, become more active, and engage in shaping their own world. Join us in spreading motivation and positivity through our unique and inspiring clothing line. Together with Strongly Financial, we can create a world where everyone is empowered to be the best version of themselves. The best version of themselves.
Yes.
Bart, take us into best practices, please.
Best practices. Scheduling for consistency, doing what you can maintain. Certainly, Dr. Wright. Consistency is a crucial component when seeking to establish positive habits. To optimize your physical and financial well-being, it's imperative to craft a schedule that facilitates regular exercise and financial practices. Begin with deliberate steps and progress gradually, focusing on what can be realistically sustained within your unique circumstances. By prioritizing consistency, the groundwork is laid for meaningful advancement in both fitness and finance. As an expert in coaching individuals towards optimal well-being, I encourage you to step up and prioritize your goals. By doing so, you will produce impactful and long-lasting results, while also enjoying the benefits of increased confidence, self-assurance, and success. Whether it's through focused physical training, financial planning, or a blend of services, we are here to support and guide you every step of the way. Remember, With the right mindset and unwavering commitment, you are more than capable of realizing your aspirations. Now, back to you.
Yes, back to us. Thanks, Bart.
Yes, Bart. Thank you.
Best practices, the consistency, doing what you can maintain. And the big thing from that I take away in this segment is how it's so important to be consistent. I said this earlier today, and I didn't make this up, but being consistent is more important than being perfect.
Yes.
And of course, I'm thinking about behavioral things, the emotional shifts, moving toward healing and health in areas physical as well as emotional and financial. But I think you would agree with that. If it's much better to have somebody who keeps doing it month to month than somebody who does it 1 month, no matter how perfect they did it.
I mean, of course. I think that's one of the issues that individuals have when it comes to their financial situation, even their credit situation, is they're not consistent. Budgeting, you can just kind of throw that out the window because they're really not consistent about that part of it. So, really, the key to it is being consistent, being committed and dedicated to the final stages or the final goal. See, people don't always think about, okay, this is where I want to be, but I still got to be consistent to put the things into place for me to reach this goal. I can't do it part-time. I can't do it every other month because I'm not going to get the results that I'm looking for. And that's what I've been doing to get me where I needed to be. So if I keep doing that, then that means I'm going to continue to be where I am. Period. It's just that simple.
Just that simple. And my heart goes out to people who feel like it's an overwhelming task, but also my phone number is available for folks who feel like it's overwhelming. Call me. Let's have a discussion about it. We are too much doing this by ourselves and trying to figure it out.
Right.
When we could just go and get help. And so it's just really important. And help with the consistency as well.
Right.
And that's really my real point, because that's why I launched the whole wealth care thing. It's a part of why we're doing this podcast, because people need to recognize it's okay to ask for help,
right?
Even with the parts that you feel like you got to get right before you come.
Right.
It's similar to going to Jesus. And Dr. Brown, are you saying you Jesus? I'm like Jesus. I'm like Jesus. Don't give me in the camera too close. But look, what is being a Christian? What is being a Christian? Is being like Christ. So get off my back with that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, it's like when you go to church and people say, "Come as you are," and people are like, "Well, I gotta fix this, and I gotta stop drinking, and I gotta, weed is my guilty pleasure, man. I can't go. I gotta get that right." No, you don't have to get that right.
Right.
Show up to the place, and you, through the process of engaging with the process, you said it last segment, trust the process. If you can get engaged with the process and be consistent, all that other stuff is going to fix itself.
Yes.
You're going to use your budget right. You're going to give yourself a cash allowance that you don't overspend so you can manage your debit card better.
Yes.
You're going to get those things together as you engage with the help and you trust the process.
Yes.
So I just encourage people, Come on with it. Come on, get in here.
Well, and let me add something to that. It doesn't matter where you are or what kind of title you think you might have or what position you hold. This happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Even myself, as of yesterday, I had a conversation with Michael, and you got to have somebody that you can go to on a consistent basis when you are thinking about if this is the right move. Is should I do this? Should I not do this? And the thing about Dr. Wright is, I mean, he is consistent when he's like, look, we're not going to continue to put this off. We finna do this now. We finna do it today, this week. Pick a date and just go. We're just going to dive in it, because a lot of times, you know, until we just say, you know what, I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to step out by faith. And it's not going to be like you want it to be in the beginning. But if you think about any successful person, they had to start from zero. They had to start from a little nothing. 1 client, no clients, 5 clients, 10 clients. And I wanted to share this briefly, if you don't mind, Michael. A friend of mine stays in Miami. He started with an app. Of course, with 0 people. He went to 5 people and grew it, you know, a couple of years. And he went to like 17 million users last year. Well, in January, February, this is April, he grew to about 2 million apps, users on this platform. So, and he looked back and said, you know what, I didn't even believe that this could make it to this point. But
wow.
The point is that he started from 0, but he trusted the process, continued to, you know, to flow with it, stay with it, grow it, build it. And, you know, we don't know where this business or this career or this idea or this vision is going to go unless we step out and fight the fear of failure, fear of people talking about you, or whatever the case may be. Fight that fear and do it anyway, because you never know. You could be the next Steve Jobs, or you could be the next Elon Musk, Walmart, whatever the case may be.
Exactly.
But you got to be consistent.
Exactly. And there's so many examples of that. My friend was telling me the other day how Chick-fil-A rolled out in California and had to shut down and then restart. Yep. And of course, you see now how long the lines are there.
Every day.
Every day, all day. Like,
every
what? So it sometimes takes you some growing pains. But yeah, be consistent and do it anyway. Yes, do it scared.
Do it anyway.
So let's run through some of these best practices. I put these together. I thought these were interesting. Regularly review your bills. It's the same thing with your health. This is actually in the research. Always look at the scale. Put a scale in your house, step on it every day. It motivates you to get busy. Right. Regularly review your bills. Don't put them off. It forces you, it encourages you to get active in looking at your financial position. Embrace digital tools. Like Ali said in the last segment, there's some digital tools out here. We talked about the apps that are available. There are ways to get your receipts online, to check your subscriptions, all these different things, lots of different options. So embrace the digital tools. Don't be afraid of them. You can always tell them to stop selling your personal data. Right. You can always opt out. So get involved there.
You definitely got to do that.
Prioritize. Oh yeah. Prioritize savings. And people don't do this enough. And I'm gonna stop here for you to give a comment on this one, Ali, because I don't think people realize this. And I'll tell you what my resistance has always been about savings. It was that you should never put money away that's not doing something. Your money should always be working for you.
Yes. Yes.
But I've also understood that people aren't doing what I was doing intuitively, which is I have money put aside so that I'm not actually spending all my money after the paycheck. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I didn't realize that people would take all their money, and if they have quote unquote extra money, they spend it because they have it. You know, and so prioritizing savings is so important.
Yes. And actually, all three of those points were actually good points as well. But this one is very important. You know, when you talk about saving, when you talk about extra money that we have, it's not really extra money. That money could be going towards something that can be reducing debt, that you're paying 25%, 29% interest on. Putting it into a savings account is going to yield you very little. Now, if you got to do that to get into the habit of you not spending it after you cash your check or your check is deposited,
blowing it,
then then put it in the savings until you get to a certain level. But then look at ways to where I can make this money work for me. See, wealthy people, first of all, they don't use their money; they use other people's money. But you got to have excellent credit and the relationship for that. But the money that they do have access to, they invest that money. They put money into certain platforms that's going to bring them more money. My money ain't finna sit here and do nothing or collect 0.001% from the bank. It doesn't make sense for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Even with some of these IRAs and Roths, maybe making 3-4%, and I can put this money somewhere that's going to bring me more return than that. That's going to be compounded interest instead of simple interest. So, I mean, you got to put things in perspective of what is going to be important. I tell people, if you got a credit card that you have a debt on, that's you paying 29% interest on, and you got a bank account saving that you save $5,000, but you got a balance over here of $4,000. What do you think is going to be more beneficial for you, to keep your money in this bank and pay all this interest, or take this money, pay this credit card off, and you're not paying 29% interest, so now you can be able to put more money back into the savings account over time.
Exactly. Good stuff. The last one that I'm gonna post up is diversify your income sources, and this is one of those big ones. I saw this in your book, and you said the phrase in your this is the credit awareness book. You said a lot of people don't have the ability to make more money, and that's a big challenge for people. They realize, hey, the only way I'm gonna make this my ends meet is to make more money.
Right.
So the process of doing that is another great reason to talk to a financial advisor. And that's the thing too. The correlate in the health world is people saying, I don't have time to work out. And
you got time.
Both, that's again, a health professional can help you to figure those pieces out too, to find more income sources, to find more time in the day. And it always comes from you recognizing what you're doing and then implementing your savings, quote unquote, in that space. Always able to find other opportunities to generate income, and always able to find more time.
And that's back to when we started the broadcast today, is taking little bitty steps for us to reach our ultimate goal. When you start your budget, when you start saving, when you start working out. I mean, you don't have to work out 2 hours of every day. You know, you can be amazed at what 10 to 20 minutes a day doing something to benefit your health, how far that can go. Yep. You don't understand how me saving $20 a week or change some of my spending habits so I can have an additional $20 a week. Well, that's $80 a month. Mm-hmm. If I do that for a whole or for 10 months, that's $800 now. Mm-hmm. That you would have not had if you wouldn't have. So it's you know, we're getting back to it. Just take baby steps. Just take the steps. Be consistent. And you're going to see the results down the road, but we didn't want to run and race and hop and leap and end up back in the same position or worse because we wasn't patient. We didn't trust the process. You know, we didn't let it manifest itself over time instead of I mean, that's one of the biggest issues I have with this generation. They got to have it right now. They ain't trying to wait. I'll pay 27% interest for this car, this Dodge Charger or this, you know, Cadillac Escalade, whatever.
Those are the two big ones.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'll pay that right now. I'm not going to focus on, I make the money, but one of the stats that people don't look at is 50% of all individuals who make 6 figures live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. So I make the money, but look at all the debt I got.
Yep.
No.
And oh my goodness. I just had a potential client. We did a review and 6 figures plus. He's close to 200,000 a year. And number one, I'm gonna tell you some stats. 17,000 in taxes every year. That's already red flag number one.
Right.
Because you need to be paying quarterly taxes. Anyway, I put together a plan for her, but the big thing was she's always yelling broke. Like, how do you make over $10,000 a month after taxes and you don't have money? Dude. And it's not like it's going somewhere productive, but
right.
Anyway, ask me quickly about her before she becomes a client and I don't say nothing else about her. Anyway.
Well, and I mean, a lot of us, you know, once we get to that 6 figures or close to it, you know, we think we're in a certain status arena. And in reality, we're only renting a lifestyle. You don't own that lifestyle. You rent it. So if something happens to your job or you have a mishap here or there, that's gone. So you're renting it. That ain't yours. You don't even own it. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's a perfect segue into our last segment, our teachable moment. Before we get into that and we talk about the emotional ties that bind, let's get with our sponsor, Coach Matrix. If you're not into that one-to-one, if you don't want to talk to Dr. Wright directly and get schooled on some things, get challenged face-to-face, you can join the group and get the group engagement so you don't have to get that face-to-face right in your face stuff, because I'm in your face. I'll be in your face. But it's all love. It's all love. Sponsor Coach Matrix, hit it. We can say it one of two ways. Option one, you're standing in your own way. You are the bottleneck. Or option two, you're standing in between your present struggle and your future contentment. You are the breakthrough. Both statements hold true, but they diverge in perspective. They also influence how you perceive your past, present, and future. By adopting a trauma-informed approach that acknowledges you as a complex adaptive system, you can unravel the enigma that is your unique self and identify choices aligned with your sustainable development. In other words, you can answer the tough questions. Who am I? What do I want from life? Who is my tribe? The approach is readily available. It's called the Coach Method, created by me, Dr. Michael A. Wright. However, the effectiveness of any intervention ultimately relies on your perspective and the lens through which you see the world. Coach Matrix recognizes that you may not currently possess the empowerment to shape your perspective or color your path within the confines of predefined boundaries. With the support of the Coach Matrix community, you'll sharpen the tools and leverage the guidance needed to navigate your journey towards personal and professional growth. By unleashing your potential and harnessing your natural capacity for change and integration, you can create a present of fulfillment and a future of consistency. Coach Matrix is empowerment. Informed by the well-researched Matrix 5x5 program, Coach Matrix empowers you to identify capacity, harness capability, embrace joy, and foster creativity. You will unlock your full potential and achieve the transformative outcomes you seek. So let's get you empowered. Matrix 5x5 is the program of systematic evolution. Coach Matrix is the community of support. It's all here at CoachMethod.com. Bart, take us directly into Teachable Moment.
Teachable moment. You can. If you stop overthinking. The propensity to overthink can be a significant barrier to action toward your goals. Recognize that you possess the inherent capability to achieve success both in the realm of physical well-being and financial prosperity. A growth mindset and confronting any self-imposed limitations will together empower you to harness your full potential. Trust in your abilities and take decisive action. You have the power to overcome obstacles and realize your full potential. To optimize physical fitness, incorporating weightlifting into your exercise routine challenges muscles, stimulates growth, and enhances overall strength. In the financial realm, success is achieved by consistently executing small, impactful tasks, such as monitoring expenses, optimizing bill payments, and saving diligently. The power lies in the combination of heavy lifting and attentive financial habits for lasting, transformative results. Take it away, gentlemen.
All right, Mr. Bart.
Yeah, this is a true appeal to people in our teachable moment. This idea of overthinking. I think this is really, especially for those of us who are smart or creative, and it's even worse if you're both. So recognize that's a really important thing to recognize. I call it genius. When you recognize that you have genius, and all you have to know that you have genius is that you're smart and you're creative. You think up ideas like very easily, and smart is you know something. Like you get excited when you start talking about something. Right. That means you know something. Right. And if you have a lot of ideas, you are probably a genius And the worst thing about geniuses is that brain just never gets quiet.
Right.
So you have to learn how to quiet your mind.
Yes. Yes.
And you quiet it. People think that it's making it shut up. No, you don't make it shut up. It's the same thing you do with a child. You got to expect a child to be a child. They need to be moving. They need to be doing stuff.
Right.
So you focus their energy in a certain direction. That's what you got to do with your mind.
Yes.
You got to stop letting it do everything it wants to do and focus it. And there's some specific techniques you can use. And we'll talk through a little bit of something like that. But you might need to practice it to get your mind into a certain activity and then get it into productive activities beyond that. So it's not overthinking, getting overwhelmed, not doing anything.
Right. That's what a lot of us do. We're not using our mind in a positive manner when it comes to our ideals and challenging them to be productive. I mean, you can think a lot all day, every day, and not get nothing accomplished. I mean, when you look up, you're like, "That's 5 o'clock, and what did I do today?" You know, a lot of wasted energy. So you got to be able to quiet that mind at times. For me, it's meditation. Because I must be a genius because my mind don't never stop.
Just accept it.
Right.
You'll have a happier life once you accept it.
Yes. So meditation for me has been wonderful because there are times when you have to take control of your mind and say, look, we're not going to do this today, or we're not going to do this right now. Can think, let the thoughts settle down, meditate, deep breathing, exercise is actually another way to be able to get that done. But it's we have to be productive with the thoughts that we're having. Just having thoughts and being all over the place, I mean, that's not healthy for you, neither, because now you're not getting the results from the energy that you're putting in. You're just wasting it, basically.
Yeah. And that's exactly we got the FSU Insurance Group likes that. Yes, with what you're saying. Here's a comment from a Facebook user. It's hard to think positively. And that really is where this episode began, thinking positively. That the thing that you got to remember is, and you just said it, Ali, it's starting small too.
Yep.
Thinking positively, quieting your mind, learning how to meditate, learning how to focus your energy. That's small steps too.
Right.
If you can do it for a few minutes, even, that's a good start.
It is.
And what I tell people in terms of thinking positively, we don't want to get into toxic positivity where you deny that the negative things are present. My thing is feel all of it and count that as positive.
Yes.
When you have struggles, when you have things that you can't do, it's hard for you to do, even if it's overthinking. It's not about beating yourself up and saying I'm a terrible person. Right. No, recognize you're a genius. Accept that this is the cross you have to bear, and guess what? I will figure it out.
Right.
I don't have all the answers right now, but I will figure it out. I'm going to take the steps that it takes. I'm going to start somewhere. And so there are a couple of different things that we talk about often, and people, I don't think, put into practice enough. One of them is why people are on Facebook so much, I believe. It's journaling. Being able to engage with people, focus your attention on a topic and respond to it, whether it's a click of a like or it's making a comment. Those are actually really good mind-focusing activities. So imagine if you started to do that with yourself into your phone, into the note app.
Right.
If how you're getting on these social media pieces. Or if you took it offline and you had a journal and you write with pen and paper, it's a really good way to start to look at calming your mind and engaging.
Yes, most definitely. For me is and from reading and researching, A lot of times we need to start our mornings off different. You know what I'm saying? We go to bed with issues and problems, thinking about bills and this situation, and I ain't happy about this, and we wake up the same way. But a lot of times we allow people into our space before it's time for them to do that. For me, I get up in the morning, I say 10 things that I'm grateful for every morning before my feet even hits the ground. The other part of that is I don't check no emails, no texts, none of that until after I've, made the bed, brush your teeth, shower, whatever you got to do, having some meditation time. Because first thing that people do when they turn over is what?
Pick up the phone.
Yeah. They take Facebook, Instagram, social media, and
mess up your day.
Mess up your day from the start. You know what I'm saying? You can have the wrong text, you can have the wrong email, you can look at something on Facebook. Now you got your energy all scattered all over the place. When there's a time and a place for that. But this right now is mentally, I got to get prepared for my day.
Exactly.
On a positive note, because once that momentum starts on the negative side or the issue side or the problem side, unless you head it off, it's going to continue to. And you wonder why, I must woke up on the wrong side of the bed type, say that everything's going wrong, catching all the lights, I'm late for work, nothing's going right. Yeah, this is because you allowed your day to get screwed up in the beginning when you didn't take time to reflect, be positive, start my day off in a positive manner. Now I can face whatever issue is coming on down the road. I'm prepared for it mentally.
Yeah, definitely. Somebody felt called out. They just put well in the comments. But yes, somebody was appreciative of the ideas. Definitely, these ideas are important. Looking at your triggers, what's triggering you into overthinking, what's got your mind racing. Like you said, if it's the bills and things like that, what are some of the steps you can take to address that? Right. And like we were saying, small steps, not being afraid to get help. That's a big one for me. But also just to recognize that you can think through it. Right. Even if you're thinking about things that are troubling or hard for you to do, that is focusing your energy. And so you always want to invite different opportunities, different options into your space. Instead of trying to fix it, striving to fix it, invite solutions and ask yourself that type of question. There's a book that's out called Lofty Questions. Lofty Questions, that's the name of it. And it teaches you in the book how to ask different questions. So instead of saying, how can I get more money and get my finances together? You say, why is it that I have multiple income streams? Why is it that my bills are steady decreasing and my income is steadily increasing? Right. And answering those questions for yourself gets your mind into a certain space and gets you into a certain habit of mind. And that's what we're talking about here. Taking those small steps, even if it's just asking yourself different questions. Yes. I love the idea of getting up in the morning and feeding yourself with physical food and emotional, spiritual food that's healthy for you, as opposed to things that may set you off. Exactly. I have a friend who gets on their phone in the morning, but what she gets on is motivational quotes.
Oh, that's different. That's different.
Right? Yes. She starts with, I'm gonna make sure I'm not just gonna go down the line on the timeline. I'm gonna specifically feed myself with certain things. And that's really the love and care you have to give to yourself, even as you start small.
You have to do that. Definitely got to do that part of it. And I mean, doing that piece is good. Doing that piece is good.
Definitely, always a pleasure to hang out with you. I'll see you next Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
For the second installment of the course.
Yep.
The Credit Awareness Program's CAP for Short program. And you're still accepting students.
Yes, we are.
Right? Up until the third or fourth week?
Up until the third week. Because after the third week, you've lost so much information already. So
you got to start with the next cohort.
Right.
But a couple of spots still left. So
yes,
definitely get in there and get that information. Appreciate you, bro. Talk to you.
Appreciate you, brother. Peace.